Call to order to our regular open session City Council meeting, September 5th, 2023 at 7:02. If we can all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we can all please remain standing for a moment of silence for our first responders and military members. Thank you. You may be seated. Roll call, please.
Roll call. Councilmember Roth. Councilmember Mann.
Present.
Councilmember Soto.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Samra.
Present.
Mayor Moran.
Present.
For the record, Councilmember Roth is not in attendance.
Thank you. Closed session announcements.
Nothing to report out at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Council, are there any changes to the agenda? Seeing none, we're moving forward. Citizen comments. This section of the agenda allows members of the public to address the City Council on any item not on the agenda and items on the agenda. If you wish to speak on an item, please state the item number. Members of the public will forward to the lectern and identify themselves. Comments are normally limited to 3 minutes. In accordance with state open meeting laws, no action will be taken by the City Council this evening. Is there any citizen comments on the phone in regards to the regular meeting items or to any of these items? Hearing none, coming back to the chambers, are there any citizen comments in the chambers? Seeing none, bringing it back to the dais. Awards and presentations and proclamations. Item number 1, presentation by the Mayor Moran, proclamation recognizing September 15 as anniversary of the Mexican independence in the year of the 200th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the United States and Mexico. That is on the record. And then we're moving forward with announcements and reports. We don't have any cities. All right. Yes, you may.
I just wanted council to know that this Friday, we would be having our soccer opening ceremonies, and we would be delighted if you guys could all be in attendance. And Mayor, are you going to be there by any chance? Well, I was going to introduce you.
I'm afraid there's a 50-50 chance, but I will let you know tomorrow.
JT?
What time?
At 6 o'clock.
6.
It's for this Friday, correct?
Correct.
I'm not going to be in town, unfortunately. My apologies.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Gopal, are you going to be there on, okay, would you speak on behalf of the council? Perfect.
Can you
Just
have,
fine.
can you, well, can Jackie, with one condition,
What?
that you can have him as the goalie and have a 18-year-old shoot the first penalty.
I will take that challenge.
Jackie, where are opening ceremonies?
At the Max Foster soccer field.
At 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
And I concur with Pro Tem out there utilizing his skills like he has in baseball.
Yes. Well, thanks a lot,
Well,
Ms. Benoit.
can someone make sure that you guys record while this is happening?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Make sure you record. Anthony, bring your phones. All right. Thank you. City manager reports, announcements and reports.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you. City council members, announcements and reports. Mr. Mann?
Thank you, sir. I was able to go to the multi-jurisdictional housing meeting in regards to regional housing need allocation with Councilwoman Soto. And without taking too much of her thunder, I really want to let everybody know the meeting was very low, and they're really looking to solicit information and guidance from the public. So if we can please help out and really guide this process about housing in Livingston and which direction everybody would like to go, your input is instrumental in this. As far as bringing forward your opinion and your ideas, you can bring them to any one of us up here. And I know Miguel in City Hall is an excellent help and can help you raise your voice and bring it forward. I'm also told that it's on the City of Livingston website. There's information there, as well as the MCAG website. But please reach out to me directly for more information. And I was also able to go and attend very briefly the Dia de Mela, which is a festival full of song and dance put on by women for women. It was a great showing. I think I estimated 300-400 people that were there. I want to thank the mayor and Mayor Pro Tem for joining me. We were able to briefly go, but we were quickly ousted as it was just for ladies only for the most part. For our local law enforcement, thank you for all your help. And for Public Works, thank you, sir. Thank you for all your help. It went really, really well out there. It was beautiful. That's it for me, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Soto?
The August 17th LAFCO meeting had been canceled. I did attend the Board of Supervisors meeting on August 22nd, as well as on August 29th, the multi-jurisdictional housing element. And again, I agree. Input, however, I don't know if there was any feedback online, but the attendance was almost non-existent other than staff. I believe there were 2 members from the public that did show up after about a half hour of the presentation. The presentation was very worthwhile to see that there are areas identified in Livingston where housing can happen, where we can have housing, again, putting into effect the ADUs as well as the other areas that were identified. For our residents, I know that there is a lot of citizens that are other issues. Your input is needed. The website is available on the provide it in the areas that are identified and what your needs are for our future. Again, putting that in perspective for our future, along with a general plan, those two they go hand in hand with our zoning and everything. So input is vital to this process. Announcements are things that I will be attending in the future. So this Thursday is the Merced County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce downtown Mercado. Vendors here in Livingston, if you'd like to come out and visit and see what it's like, or even put in a possible application, reach out to the Hispanic Chamber. The Mercado is this Thursday, September 7th from 6 to 9 downtown Merced. I will also be attending the Children's Summit on September 12th, the Cal Cities Central Valley Division meeting, which I am the representative here for Livingston, is happening in French Camp on the 14th. I will also be at conference in Sacramento the 20th through the 22nd. And then soon after that, Livingston, the All Alumni Reunion Committee, All Alumni Reunion is September 23rd. So I hope that the graduates of Livingston High School have put that in their calendar. I'd like to see that this event is well attended by all us purple and gold bleeding hearts over here. So again, that's on September 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you. Just to add to Councilmember Man's comment about the Tiamela, it was great. I think they had 300 to 400 people. But I just want to acknowledge and thank the staff for their hard work. And we were shooed out of there real quick, but it was great for them. And I think they all had a good time, wonderful weather. So thanks again to everybody. And a little bit of an update. A couple of meetings back, I had given a report that was sent to me that we had a case of West Nile virus and update in that was the Merced County Health is now retracting that. Now, on another note, I know that one time we didn't get notified in advance, but looks like, let me make sure I get this straight. The mosquito abatement will be, most likely, we'll do another spray over Livingston this Sunday. Aware of it. It's not because of any particular action required, they just moving on with what they need to do. Other than that, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And I will save my report for next time. I want to save you guys some time.
One more thing. I'm sorry.
Trying to break my record, huh? Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
I do notice that Mr. Vera is here on the dais, so I'd like to welcome him. It looks like he's in training, so appreciate seeing him here at the dais joining us as his appointment, requires him. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have consent agenda. What is the wish of the council? Are there any questions, recommendations on the consent agenda?
Make the motion to approve the consent.
We have a motion on the floor by Mayor Pro Tem. Is there a second?
I can second that, sir.
So we have a first and a second. Roll call, please.
Roll call. Councilmember Mann.
Yes.
Councilmember Soto.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Samra.
Yes.
Mayor Moran.
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. Next, we have item number 6, resolution accepting the bid and awarding a contract to Boogie's Pump System for the supply of the wastewater treatment plant. Okay, correct. Thank you for that. Thank you for that clarification. That was part of the consent agenda. Item number 7, discussion and potential action items. Item number 7, notice of resignation of Planning Commissioner Harpreet Baines from the Livingston Planning Commission and appointment of alternate Planning Commissioner Jose Flores to Planning Commission and begin recruitment for alternate to the Planning Commission. Miguel?
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council, members of the public. Miguel Galvez, contract planner here for the city. On August 16, 2023, Mr. Harpreet Happy Baines submitted a letter of resignation from the Planning Commission. He is a regular member of the Planning Commission. We have one alternative Planning Commissioner, Jose Flores, who is next in line to be appointed to the regular planning position. Staff is recommending that he be appointed to serve as a regular Planning Commissioner, completing the term for Commissioner Baines, which expires on December 31st, 2024. If that appointment does go through, we will have 2 vacancies on the Planning Commission as alternate Planning Commissioners, and We will continue to call for applications from our residents. So if our residents are interested, actually, it's a very exciting time. The city is, as Councilmember Soto mentioned, the city is going through its general plan update, its housing development update, and there's some development that's taking place in the city. So this is a good time to be on the commission, be part of that. That concludes my report. I'm happy to respond to any questions.
Thank you, Council. Any questions this time? I'm assuming that Mr. Flores is aware of.
Yes, Mr. Flores is aware he's interested. I was told he was going to be here. I don't see him here yet.
Okay. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to go out for public comment. Is there anyone on the phone in regards to this item? Hearing none, coming back to the chamber. Any citizen comments in regards to this item in the chamber? Seeing none, bringing it back to the dais. Council?
If there's no discussion, I'd like to make the motion to appoint Mr. Flores to the regular planning commission and begin recruitment for the alternates.
So we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second? Was that a motion?
Yes, that was a motion.
Okay. You were looking at me like, what? So I make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor by Mayor Pro Tem Summers. Is there a second?
I will second that motion.
So we have a first and a second by Councilmember Mann. Roll call, please.
Roll call, Councilmember Mann,
Yes.
Councilmember Soto,
Before I vote, I'm so sorry. So just looking at one of the commissioners, his term expires on the 23rd. He would sit until more recruitment, or how is that going to work? I know it's 4 months from now, but it's been hard to fill the one alternate position.
Yes, Planning Commissioner Andres Fuentes is a regular Planning Commissioner. His term expires, as you say, December 31st, 2023. Staff will be in conversation with him to confirm if he's interested in serving. And if he is, staff will come back and ask the council for an appointment to a new 4-year term before the term expires.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, by the way.
Mayor Pro Tem Samra,
Yes.
Mayor Moran.
Yes.
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
Thank you. Item number 8, discussion and direction on designating a voting delegate and voting delegate alternate for the 2023 League of California Cities Annual Conference.
So Mayor, I'll take this one. So the League of California Cities 2023 Annual Conference is scheduled for September 20th through the 22nd in Sacramento. One component of the conference is the annual business meeting, which requires the City Council to formally designate a voting delegate and voting delegate alternates. During this meeting, the delegate will take action on resolutions that establishes league policy for the future. Information on what those resolutions are will be taken up or will be available at a future time, probably right before the conference. I do know that we've got one member of the council that is scheduled to attend, that is Councilmember Soto. So tonight we are seeking the council to make those appointments for the delegates so that the City of Livingston's vote can be casted at the conference, Mayor. That concludes my report.
Thank you. I'm going back to look and see who's the alternate.
That would be me, sir.
That'll be you. Okay.
I'd like to apologize to Mr. Lopez and to Councilwoman Soto. I cannot make it that Thursday and Friday, but I can make myself available Wednesday if need be.
The voting with the crew on Friday.
Is it on Friday?
Okay.
If we cannot find anybody else do both need to go?
No.
Okay. If it's okay with you, I'm sorry. If something does happen, I would do my best to represent Livingston and go on your behest, okay?
All right. So any additional questions, comments, or is there a motion?
You want to call the public or anything, or?
So I'm going to go out for citizen comments on the phone in regards to this item. Hearing none, coming back to the chamber. Any public comment in the chamber? Seeing none, coming back to the dais. Is there a motion?
I make the motion to appoint Councilwoman Soto as a main voting delegate and Councilmember Mon as a alternate with no commitment to attend. I get it.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor by Mayor Pro Tem Summers. Is there a second? I'll go ahead and second that.
Roll call. Councilmember Mann?
Yes.
Councilmember Soto?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Semmer?
Yes.
Mayor Moran?
Yes,
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
thank you. Item number 9, discussion and direction regarding potential partnership with the county for street improvements on Dwight Way.
Mayor, late last week, I was at a regional meeting, and the county public works team approached me and asked if we would be interested in partnering with the county for street improvements on Dwight Way. As a synopsis, the county public works department is preparing final details for street improvements on Dwight Way from Autry Lane to Campbell Lane. This is on the city-county boundary. The county plans to improve their portion of the roadway, leaving the other half of the roadway on the city's responsibility. The county is asking if the city would be interested in partnering with the county and getting the work done while the county is doing their work. The estimated cost is about $100,000. Excess. What the council should expect is a funding agreement or MOU to be brought back to the council, as well as the types of funds that we would be using this work. Staff has identified that there is an opportunity with RMRA, potential Measure V funds, so there are some opportunities that are there. Should council direct this, we would bring that forward at the next meeting to partner with the county. That concludes my report, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, this is something that we have heard plenty of times. And I'm sure everybody here on the council has heard about it, and to do something about that one street where it's very hard to drive, or it's very dangerous for two cars to be driving through there at the same time. But I mean, I think it's time. So, but I'll take any other questions, comments from the council before going out for public comment. Public comment in regards to this item. Any citizen comments on the phone? Hearing none, coming back to the chamber. Any citizen comments in the chamber? Seeing none, coming back to the dais. Council, questions, recommendations, motions? A motion to approve. Is there a second?
I will second it.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Mann?
Yes.
Councilmember Soto?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Semmer?
Yes.
Mayor Moran?
Yes,
Motion approved by a vote of 4-0.
thank you. Council direction on future agenda items. Mr. Mann, anything?
Nothing this time, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Soto.
So just some clarification on some of the items on the agenda. There is a city treasurer's investment report. It's listed under receive and file. How is this the way that we do? Is that the appropriate action on this report that's here, or is there supposed to be a type of presentation for this?
My recommendation will be to move that to consent agenda item. It doesn't require physical presentation, so I think that would be the more appropriate spot for it in the future.
Okay, so if we can get that for agenda correction. Also, another item for the agenda. I'd like to, we have a spot here. Where'd it go? Under announcements and report for supervisor announcement, Board of Supervisor announcement and reports. Is there a way that we can also remove as well? Because if council has questions for the supervisor, if that could be put into a type of a presentation or made as a public comment. Is there a reason why it needs to be on our agenda at all?
From a legal perspective, no. Going forward, my recommendation would be to move that to a presentation item. If there's specific items that the council would like to hear about, then that would give council the opportunity to receive input in a longer format than the normal public comment, which is limited to 3 minutes. And then it'll also give the public a chance to ask questions on a particular presentation item. If it's not going to be a presentation, then I would treat it as a item that would fall, I shouldn't say I. My legal recommendation would be to treat it as a normal presentation from a member of the public.
In which he'd have to be placed on the agenda, correct?
No, it wouldn't be on the agenda. Any member of the Board of Supervisors could come in and make a public comment at a city council meeting.
Limited to 3 minutes.
Correct.
Perfect.
Mr. Mayor, I object to that. Getting update from the county is very important. To limit it to 3 minutes, I don't think is right, because sometimes there's a lot more happening in the county than we can realize. I recommend that we leave it in place where it is currently.
The suggestion was made, a legal recommendation, is that put it as a presentation rather than the 3-minute comment. That way it gives an opportunity for a question and answer if they are warranted. So I'm just saying remove it from announcements and reports, giving a permanent spot there. Because as you can tell, he didn't show tonight, but he's got a place on the agenda. So as a future agenda item, if you can, or when you discuss with city manager, that would be my recommendation based off legal, because it doesn't need to be there.
We will take that into consideration, but my recommendation would be at this time to keep it under announcements and reports. Other elected officials, they do have other responsibilities, and I know today he is actually in Santa Ana providing some, participating in another meeting where he is representing the county, and he did apologize for not being able to be here on time. He was going to try and make it, but it will be my reports, but I will consider your recommendation and legal's advice when it comes to the agenda.
Just for clarity of the record, I wasn't making any formal opinion yet. I just wanted to make clear I was answering Councilmember Soto's question about bringing it on as a future agenda item, not to take action right now for council.
All right.
That's what I was requesting as well, as a future agenda item to place this elsewhere. Like you said, maybe he reached out to you, but his job is to reach out to all of us. There is no Brown Act violation there on his part. So if he needs to be on the agenda, then we can take him as a presentation.
Consideration taken. Anything else?
No, I'm just saying that.
All right, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
Nothing tonight.
All right, nothing for me. Thank you. Meeting adjourned at 7:31.
Hello?